tap in. I know it's been a minute, but I've been enjoying life. I've been enjoying life. So, what we're going to be talking about today is what's the ATM business in 2024? What is the ATM business in 2024? Is it up? Is it down? Are people using the ATMs less? The whole shebang. Like what's going on in 2024? So, what I would say is people aren't using ATMs less. In fact, people are starting to use ATMs more. And let me give you the reason why. A lot of people are starting to notice, that stores are charging them extra fees to use credit cards. So a lot of people are preferring to pay with cash now. So is cash going away? A lot of people saying it's cash going away. We're hearing about BRICS. We're hearing about, other countries coming up with their own currency. They're hearing about, these things that involves the ATM business, not just the ATM business, but the world in general, right? So we're hearing these things about cash this, cash that, swiping credit cards, or people getting done wrong, like due to fraud. All these things are combined. And to answer your question, is the ATM business dead in 2024? If you ask me, no. I'm still getting transactions. I'm still finding new businesses that need ATMs. I'm still getting messages. I'm still helping people get into the ATM business as well. So to answer the question, no, it's not dead. But has it become more saturated than before? Yes, it has. And I'm going to tell you what to do to separate yourself from everybody else. This is a free game, right? First, you have to figure out, if once you're starting in the business, you got to come up with the capital. Once you get the capital taken care of, you get your LLC set up, your paperwork, so forth and so forth. Once you got all that taken care of and you're ready to order your machine, tip number one, do not order your machine until you have a location. Don't pay for the ATM until you have a location. Don't even get the paperwork started, because this is what happens. You get the ATM, you get it sent to whatever address you want it sent to, right? It sits in your garage. It sits at home. You can't make any money with the ATM not being active. So that's a free tip right there. Have a location, and not just any locations. Barbershops, man, that's so 2018, 2019. You got to think big. You got to get inside a hotel. You got to get inside of, drive-in movie theaters. You gotta think bigger. Even getting inside of some of these parking lots on these convenience stores. I went out to San Antonio and Austin. Man, they got ATMs. Bank of America right next to Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo right next to FGB. FGB right next to, PNC Bank. Like, ATMs are everywhere, and they're spread out, and they can be right next to each other, and people are going to still use it. I done seen 3 ATMs literally one right, like 3 lined up, 1, 2, 3. What would, you would think, why would they put 3 ATMs in one location? One, is because one ATM might run out. 2, they know this is a jumping location, so it might be 3 people at the ATM at once. So you just got to think about it like, is the ATM business dead? No. But what you have to do, you got to get out there and grind. You got to separate yourself from everybody else. And one thing that can help you do that is, instead of working backwards, you work forward, right? You already have the location ready for when you're ready to buy your ATM. I believe it's still a good investment. I'm actually moving on to different things. I bought me a drone as well, but I'm still, ATM business is my main business. So I don't think it's gonna die out anytime soon. So what do you do when you already got ATMs, but you trying to get into that spot? What do you do if they already have ATMs? You outbid the person that's already there. That's one way to do it. Walk in there, hey, do they keep this ATM loaded? Can you call them at any time? How long does it take them to respond when the ATM is down? You go out, you scout your local areas, your local gas stations, your local smoke shops, your local convenience stores, your local tattoo parlors. You go out to these places. Not every place has an ATM where it should be. Not every place that has an ATM where it should be. Now, they might have an ATM there, but the person that installed the ATM, it takes some weeks to come refill it. It takes 10 calls for them to communicate with the owner. Or maybe the owner gets paid late. All these things factor into each other. Like what's the pay time? Like you can beat somebody out of their ATM location depending on are they taking care of that location or not. And that's all up to you. But it's plenty of places, man, that's steady building. I know where I'm from, they steady building apartment complexes, convenience stores. Like it's still a lot of open space, and you can start the business now. You just gotta do it, my guy. What's up, man? Thank y'all for tuning in, though, for sure. So that's my answer. 2024 is ATM business dead? No, but you gotta strategize. You gotta think outside the box. You gotta come up with marketing material. Not only you gotta come up with marketing material, you gotta come up with a marketing strategy and implement those type of strategies in order to get these locations. The best locations, I'm gonna tell you right now, it's just not gonna fall in your hands. It's not gonna fall out the sky and fall in your hands. You gotta put in that footwork. And if you're not ready to grind in any business, bro, you setting yourself up for failure. You gotta read. You got different books like this book, business strategies. You gotta put and implement things into play in order to win. That's just what it is. That's just the truth of the fact. But is the business dead? No. Actually, I'm seeing a pickup in transactions, believe it or not. And plus, right now it's tax season. As you all may know, it's tax season. So a lot of people pulling out money, they partying, they going to clubs. I know out here in Texas, the weather is great. Even though we just had those wildfires, which was kind of crazy, but that's neither here nor there. People are outside. Not only they're outside, they're spending money. They're picking up money. They're exchanging money. They're tired of using credit cards. They're tired of using debit cards. They're tired of using Apple Pay. That's how they start to realize, even on budgeting, with cash in your hand, instead of you going to spend money out of a debit card or a credit card, exactly what you're spending with cash. So MSNBC did a special on it, 30 minutes on it. Like, cash is coming back. So what side of history do you want to be on? Do you want to continue to sit back and watch my videos and not take action? Do you want to be that person, or do you want to get up off your tailbone? You dig what I'm saying? And go get some good locations, get you a couple ATMs, make some passive income. Not just 100% passive, but the maintenance on these ATM machines are little to none. Now, of course, you got to drive to locations and keep them filled. But if you have enough cash to load it with, you don't have to put a lot of cash in there. And depending on how many transactions you're doing, what you're setting your limits at, that's all what I teach my students. That's neither here nor there. But that's the truth of how is the ATM business in 2024, for sure.